Welcome to GNSL. We are back and we are back on show number 51.
Sure.
Not bad, huh?
Oh,
Just
yeah.
past half a century.
Just past half a century, still going strong, ladies and gentlemen. We're back on the show and thank you so much. And of course, we'll start the show off by saying a big thank you to everybody who basically came for our anniversary show last week. And we had such a great time, and a big thank you to everybody who turned up and everyone walking off with some fantastic giveaways. Almost everybody.
Almost everyone, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can trip
I
and
mean-
follow
I
the
mean, yeah.
vouchers. Yeah.
Yes. And some of them have gotten their vouchers. Obviously, the pendant went through to my friend.
Yes.
She's
yes.
thrilled.
Yeah.
Wearing it everywhere.
Oh, really?
The picture also. I told her to send a picture to all of us also.
Yeah,
Her
we'd like
wearing
to
it.
see the picture.
Yeah, so it's good thing.
After all, it's a personalized. I mean,
I
how
know.
often do you get a personalized pendant?
GNSL Sudharni.
Sudarni.
Sure, not bad. huh?
Initials lagi.
Sudarni.
GNSL Sudharni.
Sudarni. Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah?
Oh, yeah?
No, it's like Sudhani. Oyata. Oyata. But no, we had such a great time, guys. We obviously met almost everybody who was there. Thank you so much for coming up, saying hi, and it's been a lovely time. And a big thank you to everybody. As always, our Instagram feed is rocking. TikTok feed is rocking. I must say.
Yes,
We
yes.
are closing. We are closing 1,000.
That happened fast.
That happened pretty
Really?
fast.
Very fast.
I think we were like 700, maybe like about a week and a half ago or something like that.
Wow.
So we're close to about 1,000 now. So that's good. That's good. That's
Not
good.
bad. Not bad.
It's been great. Thank you so much. And back again, it's round 2 as far as GNSL is concerned. We're back on the show and we're back to make your Friday evenings lively, and the rest of the week, of course, with all our clips that goes up, which people obviously seem to love. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. So, yeah, how was your week, guys?
Mine, my goodness, it was a very action-packed weekend.
Do tell.
Oh, yes, because Friday, Poe Day,
Uh-huh.
there was this show I had to go for, organized by St. Sebastian's Morotua,
Mouthful.
right? No, the Mouthful, yeah.
Mouthful, yeah.
Mouthful.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, why not?
Oh, yeah, why not?
They had this, what was that called? Sankalana, a talent show.
It's a talent show.
Talent show. And boy, I'm telling you, I only thought that Morotu people can sing.
They can do
but
other things also.
They can do lots of other things, including dancing, instruments, singing.
You were judging.
No. I was, so this priest actually saw me doing one show for Our Lady of Victories. So on that day itself, he approached me and said, look, you know, you have to come and do our show also next year. So after a long lapse, he contacted me, and then I said, you know, you have to come and do this. I said, Father, why don't you instead give me some kids? I will train them. And I mean, this has to go on. No, it's not all about us.
Yeah.
So then I said, no, fine, I will give you several kids, but you have to be actively involved in the show. So there was another boy from the same media network who did the Sinhala part. It was an absolute honor. It was, you know, the amount of effort that they had put into it, right? Because you see, Shaq, only in most of the schools, they only promote sports, no?
Yeah.
It's for always the cricketer or always the guy kid who can play football or tennis or something like that. It's very rare that a child with artistic talent gets a platform to showcase their talent. So, I mean, for the school, I think he was mentioning that after over 100 years, that it was the first time that St. Sebastian, the first ever time that they had a concert at BMICH.
Oh, right.
Oh.
Right, so that's
Okay.
the biggest platform for a kid to, you know, perform their talents. So it was a house full, and it was a super, you know, 3.5 hours, it just went like that.
Like our show.
Like our show.
Like
right?
our show, we realized that.
My goodness. So that was that. So amazing. Hats off to the management and the rector, Father Darshan. And then on Saturday, there was, you remember the choir that I joined and I left halfway?
Yes, yes.
They were the ones that they were practicing long years ago. It was actually their concert. So I wanted
okay,
to go and see it. And then that was Saturday. Saturday starting from 7:30. And then soon after that, I had to rush to the college dance. The big one.
Oh,
Big one, yeah. That was at
How was that?
City
Good.
of Dreams. Oh, yeah, that was very nice. I think the food was amazing. The food was very, very good. And the dance was also, it was the theme Nights of the Nile.
Nights of the Nile.
Nights of the Nile.
Knights
And,
of the Nile.
yeah, so like all these.
What do you wear?
We were on court. It was black and white. Of course, the ladies were in their, pharaohs, and there was belly dancing and.
The ladies came to belly dance?
No, they have organized.
I thought you would have gone as Cleopatra.
So there were many Cleopatras. There were many Cleopatras,
Many
but
Cleopatras.
no Ramses or nothing like that.
no,
But
okay.
I was the only
You
Ramses.
were the one? Oh, yeah, of course.
That for the first time in my life. I mean, I've done so many 31st nights, but that was the first time I actually had kiribat.
Oh,
It
And
went
you
on-
remember having it?
I remember having it.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
It was wonderful. It was very well organized. Not that I'm saying it was, one is going to be better. That's going to be next Friday.
What is that?
so what is that? So
that's-
that's what I was wondering.
No, this is the college dance.
yours is the
this
batch
is your
dance.
This is the batch
What
dance.
is your theme?
Uh,
Baila party?
no,
Kaduru party.
Nights of the Isles? And this is what is this?
this is Nights of the 94. Nights of the 94.
Arasingo danne.
Yeah.
Don't dance to my favorite song. Not again.
I love the supermarket.
Yeah. So I am doing two songs. The Curtain Raiser, which is I'm going to be singing Love Changes Everything. And we are collecting all these photographs of kids when we were in school.
Right.
All these, concerts.
Right. Okay,
the
okay.
band, the sports stuff, and so all those will be displayed. And,
While you serenade.
While we serenade. And then the next one I'm singing is, would you believe, I'm singing Adele.
What
Yeah.
a sing.
Why?
When we were young.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hmm. Practice,
Yeah, but there are so many male versions on the internet. So we managed to get one down and lower the key a little bit.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah.
and then will become Adolf.
Adolf. So actually now on my way also we are having meetings. The boys are still continuing, so I had to excuse. Lots of planning.
Yeah.
This
Lots of planning.
is the
yeah.
last of it or is there more after this?
No. Then on the 24th we have back to school. No?
Back to school. Yes, yes.
ඊට පස්සේ next then we have another Oman tour.
My God.
That's in
Hear me, I get it, you're a batch of 94, but my goodness gracious.
yeah, we are happening.
You're going to Oman also?
Oh yeah.
අනේ මාත්
Because
එක්කන් යනවා.
one of our boys is a big shot there in one of the financial companies. So we only have to buy the tickets. Everything else is looked after him.
ඒ කොහෙද ජීවත් වෙන්නේ ඔබ?
So nothing to worry about that. So people who miss the first Malaysian tour
He's going to come for the Oman
is
tour.
going to come definitely because they missed a lot of fun.
Right.
So
I
that
mean-
was pretty much my weekend.
Yeah, so you
asked
did
me.
nothing but party.
Exactly.
That's all you did.
When you ask how is your week, people normally say work, man, tiring. No, but I went for this. I'm also going to Oman next month.
Yeah,
And
Yeah, went for a concert.
So-
Come to a show.
So when-
Had a dance.
So just
Same.
Yeah.
just 2 days ago there was another
Another one? We're not done.
a birthday party of my good friend who is now the chief of staff for the Sri Lanka Navy.
Ooh.
So it was his birthday.
you said that was?
No. That family can sing.
You don't need to sing there.
No, they all of a sudden discovered that I could sing because I was randomly asked to come and sing a song. Little did they know that I could also sing.
But that family also can sing.
They can. He was actually the Ranaviru star.
All right. Okay.
The Ranaviru star. He was
Yeah.
actually and he and the 3 kids, even the wife, right? They can all sing. Singing is like, they can. They're a family of musicians.
Awesome.
Awesome. So that was there.
There's more to his week.
Yeah.
Yeah, very happening person.
Very happening.
You want us to leave?
Very happening. Had a nasty experience with the cop also, but
That we don't need. We should have started with that story.
That's
But-
yeah. But how was yours, Andy?
Well, not
Not bad, huh?
Yeah, shocking news
A
also.
little bit of change coming about.
What's the change? What?
Occupational change.
Oh, we were just
Occupational
about
change.
to ask when do the wedding bells ring?
No.
No change like that.
No,
nothing like
no.
that yet.
Occupational change.
After how many years?
After 20 years.
After 20 years.
20
That's your
years.
first job, I do.
Yes, it was.
Oh dear.
Now, occupational change, very mixed emotions. Heart is heavy.
Honey.
Heart is very heavy,
Right.
but heart is also very excited. So I
Right.
suppose mixed emotions. The staff are around, flocking around me, having conversations. It's good. It's all good
So
things.
crying day is
Crying day came and went.
Oh.
Today was that crying day.
Yeah.
Finished.
Did
The
you cry? Did you bawl your eyes out?
Cry is over. Cry is over.
no more tears.
Thanked everyone and God.
Right.
And then said, kissed the floor and said, thank you very much.
No,
you have
not like the president.
Did you have to stand up?
Oh, my
Did you have to stand up and give a speech?
Had to. Sabave navassarai.
Right.
අසාසිදී ඔබ සමට ස්තුතියි.
So had to. So,
අඬපු ඔබ සමටත් ස්තුතියි.
Susi, මාත් සමග දුවට thank you. Yeah, so exciting times ahead. Let's see.
Yeah. But must be, must be, mixed emotions. I mean, majorly mixed emotions.
Mixed.
Because this is your first change from, from 20 years.
Clearly, I'm a creature of habit. I like to stay where I want to stay.
I
Right?
thought you will. I thought you will like be absorbed to the pillars of the place you're working right
I
now.
have, I think, one pillar in my name. I චූටි පිල්ල එකක් හරි තියෙනවා. පොඩි නිකන් ඉස්ලාම් බටයක් හරි තියෙනවා. But yeah, it was yes, change is good. Change is good. I'm going to leave it at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You can sing Madonna when you pass that way.
But-
This used to be my playground.
ඒ සින්දු දන්නේ නැහැ. මම Google කරලා බලන්න.
දන්නද ඒක?
නෑ දන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ version එක දන්නේ නැහැ.
You don't know Madonna? This
Madonna, this used to be my playground.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, I will Google that and
You
learn
will
it.
start crying after this.
Yo, can't cry again. Can't cry again. This kid. How was yours?
Work.
Ah,
No,
there you
that's a
went.
normal
Yeah,
answer. That's a
yes.
normal
One person has
answer.
been working.
Work. We've been, the crew has been actually working straight after the show. It's been really hectic. We are preparing ourselves for something big that's going to happen in September. So work, of course, is taking place right now. So everyone's up to their eyeballs with work, and some have slept over in the studio.
Like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that would
I
have
saw
been
the
with
corona.
pleasure.
Huh?
That would have been with pleasure, no, Ahmad?
Well,
There you go.
yeah,
There you
no.
go.
Some have actually pulled all-nighters,
Ooh.
right? We've drunk liters and liters of coffee, haven't we, Hamad? Liters and liters of coffee, yeah. So
Ahmad, coffee only?
yeah, that was yeah. By the way, where's my flask? My flask is missing. There it is.
You're
There
getting
it
that- you're not
is.
getting that flask back.
Yeah.
Clearly. So
All
good.
right.
So all good things. Work
All
is
good
always
things. Lots of stuff happening, of course. Lots of stuff happening on the show. Lots of stuff happening on pod. So we'll keep you posted as we move along. Right. Time for us to move along as far as GNSL is concerned. We actually took a break, guys, last week.
Yep.
So
much was happening. Oh my
So much was
excitement.
happening. So I mean, this is the
And in the meantime, I was like scrolling. A lot of podders now, no?
a lot of butters.
Lot of podders in the market now. My goodness.
Good.
Haven't you noticed
A
that?
lot of my goodness.
Yeah.
For a minute, that took me a second to understand. I looked at him for a minute. Lot of what?
lot of
Yes.
That's good. That is
Yeah,
good. That's
yeah.
good. That's good. So
Yeah. What do you call them? Podcasters.
podcasters, yeah.
So
That's
we'll
right.
make it podders.
Yeah.
No, don't call it podders, honey.
Like
Podders.
Oh, really?
All right, time for us to move on with our show, ladies and gentlemen. It is our first segment, as always. Time for the fun to kick in. It's time for Lanka Last Week on the show. Let's see. All right, this is where we basically take a look at some interesting things, interesting stuff that made the headlines in Sri Lanka, things that we find interesting, things that we want to talk about right here on the show. What do we have? We'll start off with the first piece of news. Hotels cannot declare beaches private. That is according to the Coastal Conservation Department,
Yeah.
which is quite good. which is quite good. Yeah, I mean, there are certain hotels, there are a fair amount of hotels
Yeah.
who obviously advertise saying they've got a private beach.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's not private.
Yeah.
It's not private. And this what this does also is the fact that that means the public are allowed to come. You can't cordon off the beach.
So
You
this
can't
is
have
for
a
the-
beach party, you know, and you can't even sell tickets and send cordon it off because anybody is allowed to come
Because
into
it's
the beach
public space.
because now it's public space.
It
So
was
that puts a
always
bit of a
public
dampener.
place.
Sorry?
It was always public.
Always there. I
place,
mean,
except to Lady Lavinia.
but that's also not private.
No,
Yeah,
no?
that's not. Yeah, that's
It's
not.
not private.
Yeah.
You know, everything now, obviously, any beachfront is public, and even if you actually hypothetically own a bungalow, a beachfront bungalow, that piece of beach in front of you is not yours.
Yeah, yeah.
Is not yours.
And even a certain extent of your own property is considered as coastal conservation.
Yep.
You can't construct anything, either the pool or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can't.
You can't.
You
So-
have to wait for the 100-meter. I think it's now 50. I think not 100. So if anything is in your property, you can only have a permanent construction beyond that point.
Right. Okay.
Although it's your property, although the deed says it's yours, but it's
But that's a certain point.
construction has to come after that point.
Right. So yeah, so beaches now, ladies and gentlemen, it is public property. It has always been public property.
But just now it's written somewhere.
Now it's given now. So I mean, I think the only issue really will be all those beach parties out there. You can't cordon the beach off anymore.
Yeah.
Anybody
So
can actually walk in. So
And have you seen the amount of these real estate companies who are putting up all these huge apartments and villas down south? It's a big market now.
yeah.
There's a lot of people who are doing lots of mega in Nigambo, in Vadua.
But down south now it's a completely different vibe. So I
I can't remember the last time I actually went down south.
You should. It's
I-
completely different.
I think
vibe.
maybe 7-8 months now.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, tourism, of course, is booming, which is great for us, and clearly they see the market, they see the improvement, and lots of real estate is coming up because lots of people can actually start renting those off to the tourists, you know, on Airbnb and so on and so forth. You can actually move forward. So, yeah, that's the story, ladies and gentlemen. Hotels cannot declare beaches private anymore. Next one on the show: Sri Lanka approves cannabis cultivation by foreign investors.
That
This-
would have, gotten a lot of people excited.
Yeah, I mean they've actually approved 7 foreign investors to legally cultivate cannabis for export and pharmaceutical use, and the project requires a minimum investment of $5 million.
Yeah.
And a $2 million bond, and cultivation must be on 64 acres of land and enclosed by a secure fence.
Yeah. Actually, my previous place that I was working for was actually interested in this project. And the application form alone was 250,000 rupees.
Oh, really?
Apply to the Ayurveda department, right? And lots of people were talking about, you see, you have to create that environment. Which is going to be a bit expensive because the location that they have decided in Sri Lanka is not the perfect conditions for the plant to grow.
Okay.
So they have to artificially
Inseminate.
that.
yeah, to create that. So that is going to be a bit of an expense. I think most of the investors had opted out because of that reason.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because it's somewhere in Mihirigama, no?
I don't
something
know.
like that.
I have no
So
idea.
somewhere like that. Totally for export purposes.
Okay.
Yeah. So good
I
initiative.
mean, they should
yeah.
definitely. I mean, it's
Yeah.
single Tanamal with it.
Yeah.
There can't be any other place better than that.
Yeah.
Tested, proven.
Yeah.
You know?
So I mean, leave aside cannabis, Shaq. The world demand for murunga leaves, right? There aren't any people in this country to give quarter of a fragment of the world demand of that.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
It is such a demanding herb.
Why is that?
Moringa. Shaq, Moringa has X amount of nutrition of 10 eggs. Right?
Oh, really?
Drumsticks?
Yes.
Oh.
It's called the calcium powerhouse. in the vegetable industry.
My.
Yeah,
Must
you
go
didn't
and
know
eat a
that.
few murungas today.
Never heard. And it's not cheap either.
It is not cheap. Once off season, I brought from Vellavath, near the temple. They always have, because lots of Hindus, they consume murunga for
Right.
their sambaru and all that.
Yeah.
I actually took one drumstick for $100.
No.
Wow.
$100
yeah.
during
expensive.
off season.
Quite expensive.
Quite expensive.
Murunga gila kanna onika edara gilla podda.
Yeah.
Oh, it is absolutely good.
For what it's worth, it's a yummy vegetable. There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, it all
Yummy
depends on
vegetable.
how you cook it.
Yeah, it's a yummy vegetable.
Yeah, when you're making crabs and all, or quality kadda.
ටික දැමම
Oh,
දැන් ඉතින් බෑනේ දැන් අමාරුයි නව මේ මෙච්චර වෙලා ඉඳලා දැන් බඩගිනි
oh, the roti.
රොටි තමයි මට දෙන්නේ
Had the roti.
other roti got scolded also. I'm relaxing on bed, Andrin. What is this roti? That means she just watching YouTube. Huh?
Roti with what?
Yeah, I didn't go to ask those things. Get a real khane.
Plain roti.
Huh?
Plain roti.
I'll figure out something on our way home.
Okay.
Nice. Katta sambar.
Okay.
Yeah, those things can't be asking now. No, she's relaxing on bed.
You have to wait till certain radio stations give you the ingredients on how to make katta sambar on there then.
All sambal.
Moving on. This one is a Polsa Papa side.
Yeah.
Even worse.
Teaching Sri Lankans how to make pol sambar on radio. Right?
Is the next, is the new thing.
It's a new thing. Yeah. We will start a reality show on that one.
Sin me. They tried.
Anyway, next on the show, what do we have? Sri Lanka begins AI camera project to cut long distance bus accidents. You know, lately there has been so many bus accidents. It's just ridiculous at the end of the day.
That's because they drive
they
crazy,
drive like,
no.
I mean, it doesn't matter. There are regulations now. Bus drivers need to wear seat belts. This is happening, that is happening. But, you know, it's just through one ear and through the other. It's as simple as that. But then the amount of unfortunate bus accidents that are actually
So
happening.
what's this AI thing? They're going to wake you up if you're sleeping, is it?
No. So, no. So they are basically, hang on, wait, let me just pull this up for you. A pilot project has launched to install AI cameras in 40 long distance buses to monitor driver behavior for signs of fatigue or drowsiness
Okay.
and ensure compliance with traffic rules and seat belt use. Yes.
That's a lot, no, that's
That's
a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think they
how
can.
the balance?
I don't think they're going to comply with all of that. Sorry,
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, I mean, how do you know if the guy is fatigued and tired? Camera.
Hello AI. Hello AI. You know what I can't understand is that wearing a seat belt on a seat which is nailed to the floor by 4 nails.
No, you can't wear the seatbelt. You have to wear the seatbelt to the floor.
Exactly what I'm
Or you
telling
tie it around you.
Tie it around you and tie it on one of the passenger chairs.
It's at Madagascar, that plane
Yeah.
where the 3 penguins are flying it. All of them are like, strapped on to the chair. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Smile and wave, boys.
Smile and wave,
boys.
Smile and wave. Smile and wave.
Oh, I love Madagascar.
Hilarious.
I love King Julian. King Julian is the best.
I mean, his lines.
This is the-
Oh my God. I can watch it over and over again.
The headless
Easy.
chicken line. Headless chicken line.
Smile and wave, boy.
I mean, those are the kind of, like, you know, animations that you can actually watch over and over again.
Like, for
Right?
sure. Yeah.
I mean, Madagascar was just something else, man. They were just the best.
And everybody or every person in that movie or that animation was funny.
Yeah.
They all have their own personalities.
Yeah.
And why that clingy little fellow going behind Julian, but that small fellow.
Yeah.
And he goes behind, running. Julian hates him. Okay, where they are
What's his name? I can't remember his name.
That small fellow.
Yeah.
And even, what's the other one? The nut and, what is that?
Ice Age.
Like Ice Age.
Ice Age.
Ice
Square
Age.
and the nut.
Oh my
Oh my God, yes.
No, but King Julian, but Madagascar is more funny.
Yeah.
Madagascar is
So
funny.
funny.
It's really
And what's
funny.
the spec? Norton, he is a who?
But that's the
Horton hears a who.
Horton,
Yeah, that is
That's the elephant and the little
flower.
flower, no?
Then dandelion.
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 අයියෝ යා එකට කතා කරනවා
කතා
කතා
කරනවා.
ඉවරයන්නේ.
ඒකට අයියෝ
කරන්නේ
කතා කරනවා I'm like it's like some of our relationships one sided monologue
but you know, those conversations are the ones that you just basically the old nosy auntie ones. Right? When are you getting married, child? It's a monologue. When are you, it just goes over your head. When are you getting married, child? Good time, no? Good time, no? Good. That's a nice boy. Can I set you up? Monologue. King Julian comes into play. Anyway.
that went very fast from an AI from a bus to King Julian.
Yeah. All right, next one on the show, ladies and gentlemen. Public can directly WhatsApp IGP to report crimes from today.
You know how many hotlines they had made.
No, wait. We are giving this a try now.
No,
try.
How many tries they have tried?
New IGP, no, the new IGP.
New.
You know what they say about the new broom?
Yeah.
Speaks very well.
Yeah.
But now he will reply. This,
We hope he does.
Just imagine how many messages he'll get.
Yeah, it's my God, you know. The thing is this. I mean, it's great that the
Good initiative.
It's good initiative. Well, it's not the first time it's been done. Many hotlines have been given for many different reasons, and people have basically got through to them and requested so many things. But but at the end of the day, it's great. But unfortunately, it's something. I mean, on this subject we're talking about the law enforcement. It's really sad to note the fact on a daily basis
There is a shooting.
there is a shooting.
Yes,
My
Yeah, where
God.
do we get so many guns from?
I just don't get it. I mean, honestly.
Stabbing like the guns.
Look,
this is shooting.
but this is not this. We've never gone through something like this on a daily basis. Guaranteed, there will be a shooting.
Yeah.
And these are public places. These are not like places we've never heard in Sri Lanka. These are like Panadura, like that. Like
I mean, last week was in Borella.
Yeah.
It was in Borella, right?
It's, yeah.
I mean, it's you know.
I mean, we didn't have so much of shooting even at the LTT time.
No, we didn't.
Yeah.
You didn't. I mean, I don't know. I mean, honestly, but there's really no. There's. It's just coming up on a daily basis, right? So clearly, there's no crackdown.
Yeah.
There is no crackdown of sorts because you're guaranteed. Unfortunately, you're guaranteed to get a news alert of a shoot on a daily basis.
Yep.
And this is not something that we can be proud of as a country. I mean, we're talking about the fact that the tourism is booming. This is happening.
Yeah.
And we're like tagged as one of the most beautiful countries in the world, and so much is
And
happening. all
then
the time.
randomly shooting in Borel.
And then there's a random shooting happens on a daily basis.
I mean,
Right? And also, not forgetting, there are certain cases also where the gun doesn't fire.
Ayo, yes.
They have
But
it,
yes,
yes.
Ding, 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 and lots of misfires. also.
Yeah, lots of misfires.
Yeah, go Bombay looking, Calcutta going.
Yeah, and somebody has loaded blanks.
Yeah.
I'm shooting blanks. It's wrong place for you to shoot blanks, darling. Not here.
Please ever test කරලා හරියට කරන වැඩේ කරන්න. Don't fail in those things. When you are shooting a person, what are you saying? What are you saying?
What are you saying? When you're shooting a person, make a test karanna.
No, what I'm
are
saying
you
is,
saying?
don't
Andy?
shoot blanks.
Don't shoot blanks.
Why would you shoot a
Are
blank?
you encouraging to be shot?
No, I'm not encouraging shooting. But what I'm saying is, what rubbish is this? Son? What a wastage of time to shoot blanks at people.
No, but what are you
You might as well throw a stone. Take it. Take this stone. Take this stone also.
මොකක්ද කියන්නේ වා කියන්නේ මේක දෙක ප්‍රැක්ටිස් කරලා ඊට පස්සේ ගිහලා වෙඩි තියන්නද?
අන්නම් කියන්නේ
මොකක්ද කියන්නේ හරියට කියන්නේ
blanks කරන්න එපා.
බ්ලැන්ක්ස් කරන්න එපා නෙමෙයි ෂූට් කරන්න එපා.
Yes, blanks එක shoot කරන්න එපා. In general, don't shoot people. There are other ways of sorting this thing out. Hamad will cut this. He promised me.
But that's the best stuff. මේවා කරනවා නම් හරියට මේක ටෙස්ට් කරලා කරන්න මේක.
Oh my God. What type of
වෙඩි
advice is
තියනවා
that,
හරියට
Andy?
වෙඩි තියන්න.
No, what I'm saying is don't shoot people.
No, clearly not Andy.
That was not what you meant.
That's
What
not
I
what
meant
you
was-
meant.
Yeah.
Moving on. Moving on.
I'm saying ගල් ගහන්න. ඒ වගේ පොඩි දේවල් කරන්න.
ගල්
කියන්න එපා.
ගල් ගහන්න බෝතලෙන් ගේන්න. What are you saying, Andy?
Better than getting shot now. We are gonna cut that whole piece.
You just shot
Please.
yourself. You
What
just
is
shot.
Hamad saying?
Anyway, let's quickly carry on. Let's
You see a
end
whole
this little,
Kandana one?
end this little shoot 101 here. How to not to shoot. Workshop on how not to shoot. And Rin Balthazar has got it for you guys.
Now you know the career change I'm going to do.
Yeah.
This is the career change.
You should do a consultancy.
Yeah.
Right? How to avoid blanks.
How not to shoot blank.
You have that shovel now. You dig for me a little on the side.
Oh my God. That's the biggest dig. That's the biggest dig. That's the
That went
biggest
very
dig.
south. The intention was pure, people. The delivery was off.
It just came out wrong.
The delivery was way off.
Delivery was shot to the ground.
Ayyo, I can't. मेरा कपान ना कपान. Moving on, very fast.
पुलिस से कॉल कराई मैडम वो शोए का मुकाबला मैडम क्यों हुए नहीं मैडम
I'm gonna put a complaint. Do that number.
GP.
Give that
GP's number.
Yes, give that number. I'm gonna put a complaint.
सर क्या ब्लैंक शूट करा नेपाल किया सर
Mangal shoot kare na Epa. Violence is bad, people. That's the gist of the conversation.
Clearly
Moving
not.
on. This is what yes.
Anyway,
Please move on.
That was the best. That was the best.
My God.
Ayyo. Shaq, if you don't cut this, we have issues.
No. Next one on the show. What do we have? All museums to remain closed on
I
Mondays.
read it as all museums to remain closed on Mondays.
No,
What's wrong with museums college?
I thought it. Your museum is good. I thought all Muslims to remain. Then I read the article also. What? Why
are Muslims closed?
Mondays? What's wrong with
Why Mondays? Not why Muslims are closed.
Oh my God.
Museums.
Gosh.
What's happening on this show today?
Introducing my blind co-host, ladies and gentlemen.
Do you know actually why the reason is?
No, I don't know.
Why museum now for the longest time, the Colombo Museum is closed on Mondays.
Yes, it is.
Right?
It is.
It is. I think the land was donated by a Muslim.
That's right.
Right. The entire property of the museum was donated by a Muslim gentleman.
Okay.
But then why was it closed?
I was closed on Fridays.
It was closed on Fridays.
Closed on Fridays.
That is
What
right.
church?
You're right. It was closed on
Yeah,
Fridays
yeah. So, but-
to honor the person who donated
Yeah,
it.
it's closed on
was
Fridays.
Closed. I mean, it was.
To honor,
It's a
okay.
prime piece of land. No,
Yeah,
that's the
that's
least
true.
you could do to honor the man who donated it. So it was closed on Fridays. So I think Fridays, because it's probably the weekend and there are a lot of
No, but it was closed on Fridays for the longest
time. Yeah.
But now,
Now it's
it's
Monday.
closed on Mondays
Mondays.
because of renovation.
Ah,
So they're
that's
going
right.
to do it basically every Monday.
Yeah.
They're going to. There's a renovation that happens. But when was the last time you guys went to the museum?
I used to take the kids back in the day.
School.
Yeah.
I used to take the kids, but I mean, nothing much has changed.
Nothing much has
it's
changed.
just that the stuffed animals look a bit
Stuffed.
stuffed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is there.
I still remember the chair.
Yeah.
That's about it. The
Yeah,
throne
that
of
is-
sorts.
throne, okay, yeah.
That's there.
When did you last go?
Oh my God.
Correct.
Yeah, when I went, I think I went when the king donated the throne. That long ago.
Yeah.
And the shark bones are still hanging there.
Yeah.
That's there.
That's a
Have you been-
Balthazar rock.
Ah, really?
Is it?
Yeah.
Balthazar Rock?
One of my staff went and took a picture and showed me. That's a Balthazar rock.
Right.
It's not spelled the proper way, but you
Right.
can read it like that though.
Oh, really?
यहाँ पे कहता
But
Balthazar
somebody
के है
laid,
Oh, somebody will
dumped something there.
Oh, एक तो ये गल खाने के ना एक गल से खाने वाले
Oh, don't shoot people.
Have you guys been to the Dutch Museum?
In
In
Fort.
Fort,
In
yeah,
Fort,
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
I have. Yes, I
Not
have.
many people know about
Not
that.
many
huh?
people
Not
know
many
about it.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's lovely.
It's behind,
really lovely.
behind the church, St.
Yes,
Philip
yes,
Mary.
yes, yes.
That,
Yeah.
I mean, when you compare museums with other countries, right? A museum is a tourist attraction,
Yeah.
right? Where they use all these modern IT to recreate history, all these stories. I mean, considered to what we have, we are still in the Stone Age.
See, the thing is this, right? I think the beauty of a museum is when someone actually takes you through the whole process.
Yeah.
Not
Right?
you just walk
But
on your
I
own.
don't think that happens here.
No, it
here
doesn't.
it's like we are going through an exhibition.
Yeah.
It's like an
People
art,
don't tell me.
Yeah.
art
And
exhibition.
nobody is there to explain.
Yeah.
Right? Nothing is
Nothing
there.
put up balwa,
And,
kidra.
yeah, and if you go to read all those, inscriptions, you'll have to take another day off
Yeah.
to read all those stuff and all that. All you got to do is look at the Hatti Mutti Chitti and all, and just come. I mean, that's a beautiful piece of land. I'm sure there's enough room to do something.
But the thing is this: I don't think the current generation. When did you go to the museum?
Have you ever
last?
been to the museum? You have? Oh, really? Oh, my
when did you go
goodness.
to the museum last?
School?
Which school?
No.
1 year ago?
No. Maybe 3.
3? Oh, that's not bad. Better than
Not
that.
bad.
Yeah.
Hamad, what about you? When did you go to the museum last? Last weekend.
Last year.
Last week.
With your girlfriend?
Last year.
Last year, January.
He went on a small date.
You went on a date or what?
Yes.
Let me show you my world.
These are all
Hello,
mine.
my whole
This is my grandfather's
my grandfather's throne.
throne.
Yes, okay.
Okay, but no, seriously, the current generation kids, obviously,
They don't really go, ne?
they don't really even know what's going on.
Yeah.
They don't know what's going on.
I don't think there's a requirement.
I
for
don't
them
think
to
there's a
go per se. Yeah.
requirement.
No, but I
That's the
think
problem.
in schools they have to know.
Yeah.
The annual trip
They have to
where
go,
they
no?
have to come
Yeah,
to
we used to
the
walk.
museum.
Yeah,
and,
those
you
are
know,
the cheapest places, no?
Yeah. Then
අත්තල්ලගෙන ළමයි දැන් පොලිමෙන්ඩ
What about the planetarium? Which school has not gone to the planetarium?
I still remember
I'm not a fan of that though. But museum was more fun for me.
I had a series of events in the planetarium.
We don't want to know about it.
Oh,
We don't want to know about
Is
it.
it like a family friendly story or
no, it is.
it is
A series of non-family friendly stories. Adults only.
a series?
Oh, I remember it's like that.
Epa, don't demonstrate how you
Hang
were.
on. Did you see stars? At the planetarium.
And you know here. No, that is true.
Did you say, that's the Big Dipper?
Oh my
That
god.
is the secretariat.
Oh, Taru Zakin Nadi. Sure.
Terrible, Christian.
Yeah,
Terrible you are.
this is a very difficult show today.
Series of adults
of-
only. Anyway, let's move on to the next one before we get carried away. 50 more government institutions will join GovPay system by September. I think GovPay is actually working out quite well.
Yeah, is it? Have you tried it?
Yeah, I haven't tried it. You gotta obviously download the app, and if you need to make some whatever
Basically,
payments,
it's not an app, by the way.
it's not app.
It's not an app.
Really?
There is this website where you have to go, and in that website there is a place called GovPay, right? When you click on that, you go to all the police or whatever.
That's not
It's
bad.
Yeah, it's not an app. You
So-
don't have to download it and do it.
Okay, so it's a
which
web.
is a good thing.
Which
you
is
know?
a good thing.
Yeah,
because not
which is a good
everybody
thing.
obviously is going to know how to operate.
Yeah,
an app.
because I don't know if I've forgotten my Apple ID, I can't download anything.
Those are the problems. So you figured this out.
Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
a
I mean, it's
thing.
good that it's on a platform. That it's
Yeah,
on a
yeah,
web-based
yeah,
platform.
that's right.
So they're actually planning on connecting over 100 institutions
Good.
as part of the national initiative to transition to a digital economy, which is fantastic. Well done. GovPay system is now rocking. Now, obviously, for any government payment, whatever it may be, you can actually just jump on the platform, identify the service, whatever it is, you can actually pay them off. You don't have to pay anybody under the table anymore.
There you go.
There you go. You get it all sorted. Next one, what do we have? Digital ticketing for national parks that starts today. This is a really good thing because if you guys have been to any one of the national parks, either to Yal or Vilpatu or whatever, so clearly there's obviously, if you are a frequent traveler, there's usually two times you actually go.
Yeah.
One is at sunrise
Yeah.
and one is just before sunset, right? But in order for you to get to the park to be at sunrise, you need to leave
Yeah, at least
like
by
about
4 o'clock in the
4:30, 5
morning.
o'clock in the
Yeah,
morning,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But the problem is, irrespective of the fact that you leave that early in the morning, you stay outside the park to get your ticket
Yeah.
for another hour.
Verane.
Whereas
You're lucky if it's 1 hour.
you're lucky, that's right.
And I mean, sitting inside that safari jeep for
Yeah.
1 hour.
Yeah.
My goodness.
It's and then it's and what you have like 30, 40, 50 jeeps there.
Absolutely.
And
Not one, yes,
No,
that's
no,
true.
but this is I think it's a really good initiative that they've actually started digital tickets for the private parks, which is good because it obviously prevents long queues and delays for visitors,
Yeah.
especially now when we are hyping up the country
Yeah.
with tourism booming. These are things that they don't, I mean, they all come with like, packed itineraries,
Yeah.
right? So, okay, 5 hours safari, we'll be
Yeah,
back
yeah.
home,
Yeah.
I'll be back in the hotel at this time, then you got something else. But here you are just sitting around doing absolutely nothing, twiddling your thumb just to get a ticket, right?
Yeah.
Good move. Very
now,
good move.
actually, now it's school days, school holidays, right? So if you're planning to go to places like Sigiriya, I'm telling you, it's usually after the Kandy Perahara that they come in a tour package, no?
Yeah.
Right? So the number 1 is the Kandy Perahara. From Kandy, all these tourists travel to Sigiriya,
Right.
right?
Okay.
And then down south.
Yeah.
Right? That's how they move. So if you're planning to go to Sigiriya these days, without proper planning, without knowing how to get your tickets, you're going to be standing on a long queue for a long time.
Yeah. The thing is this, right? I mean, of course, place like Sigiriya,
Yeah.
for people who haven't been to
Been
Sigiriya,
there, yeah,
right? Place
yeah,
like Sigiriya, there's really no season. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
can pick it. The rock doesn't eliminate during the season,
Exactly,
and
yeah.
basically, it doesn't shrink off
Yeah,
season, things like that. No,
yeah.
you can go anytime you want. But the reason that they actually do it because it is easy access.
Access, yes.
There's one route that
Yeah.
actually goes around.
That's right.
Anyway, on that subject, when are we climbing Sigiriya?
I was going to do it this year, but then leave nanny.
I leave that there.
Hey.
Probably then leave gonna bani then patan gatta
New job.
have to wait a little.
So when are you starting at the new place?
Soon, Nish, next week.
Soonish.
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 Sounds like a cafe.
So all you accumulated leave at the whole spot? Forgot.
Gave in.
You distributed to your friends.
Charity.
Okay, you want a day off? You take one day off. Take one. So yeah,
Yeah, anyway, so that's the end of Sigiriya this year.
we'll try next year.
We'll try next year.
Now,
We'll try.
the house are emo අපි.
එක දවසේ
ඔව්.
පෝ ගල නගින්න ටිකක් අමාරුයි.
ගාලා නගින්න මොකද්ද? එතනටම ගිහලා දාන්නම් ඔයාලට.
ගල
ඔයාව ඩ්‍රෝන් එකේ යවන්නම්.
Next one, what do we have? Sri Lanka Railway turns to solar powered cameras to protect elephants.
අනේ thank God.
I actually saw a video which was actually posted just a couple of days ago. In India, they have AI powered elephants, AI powered cameras to track elephants in the normal areas where they actually cross the railway tracks. So which obviously, which is really good because that sort of gives indication to the trains and the drivers or the engine drivers or whatever who are sort of heading towards that area because there's been too many unfortunate incidents in Sri Lanka with collisions with the trains and elephants. It's been
I mean,
pretty sad, really.
it would be good if they can install some solar lights on the highway also.
Yeah, it'll be good if they can install some lights on the Katnaika highway.
Exactly, yeah. That's
you
what
know,
I'm telling you.
I mean, that's like the first impression you get when you land in Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
කළුවරේ.
Yeah.
කළුවරේ.
Are you all still going through power cuts? No.
It's power saving mode.
Yeah.
This is.
Somebody just stole a few things here and there.
Somebody forgot to put the switch on.
Yeah. Remember those days, right? There used to be one guy who used to come in a bicycle.
and then
With
with
a
a
camera,
gun.
no?
Yeah.
And put his-
he
yeah.
puts it on and turns it off. Right?
That was his job.
That was his job.
Yeah, well, clearly he has lost his job.
What a cushy job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clearly he has lost his job. That's true. It's pretty unfortunate. Next one on the show. What do we have? Sri Lanka, Ethiopia, only countries where used vehicles sell above purchase
Oh
price.
my God, this revelation was shocking, huh?
It is.
Actually, the company that manufactures the car has lesser profits than the Sri Lankan government.
Of course.
But
Yeah.
Yeah. No, according to the Global Federation of Sri Lankan Business Councils, Sri Lanka and Ethiopia are the only two countries where used vehicles sell for more than their original purchase price. A 300% tax on imports and a high resale market are cited as the reasons.
Yeah.
The thing is this, I mean, it's pretty unfortunate. Anybody, I mean, my friends, when I actually meet them, everybody's just basically safeguarding their vehicles right now because, yes, vehicles are being offered. People want to buy their vehicles. But the thing is, macam vikana mukadda ganni.
Yeah.
Because thing is this, unless you are willing to downgrade yourself,
Yeah.
right? That's it. I mean, even if you sell your vehicle for 15 million rupees today,
Yeah, what you would buy?
hypothetically, what are you going to buy for 15 million rupees? Nothing compared to what you drove.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually, when you sell a vehicle,
Yeah, you
you
buy-
would like to
upgrade
basically
yourself.
upgrade
Yeah.
yourself,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Here, you basically downgrade yourself, but still, there are crap load of new vehicles on the road.
My goodness,
Is that
the
only me?
amount of
I mean, and the colors, amazing, beautifully, like posh, lovely, sleek colors.
I mean,
I think-
leave aside the colors.
No, but
Andy.
they're new, like they're brand
every
spanking new.
vehicle you see, a new
Isn't it,
vehicle
right?
is like a 15 million rupees going traveling beside
more.
you.
Yeah, or more.
Minimum 15.
Yeah, a
minimum
15,
15
yeah.
million bucks.
And it's
right?
all electric, right? With that same paneling
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that kind of vibe.
No, it's actually, I mean, in a way, it's actually depriving a normal person to own a vehicle.
Oh yeah,
Right, which
Oh, yeah.
is very sad.
Yeah.
You know, goods and services going from point A to point B is a one of those things in the entire wheel, right? So everything depends on availability, getting from one place to another. So when the more restrictions you put on that, right, the country as a whole is suffering.
yeah.
Right, so it's very unfortunate for people who are dreaming to have at
Even
least
මට
a
ගන්න බැරි
bike.
වෙයිනේ.
Now what Islam what is that?
Scooter.
Islam what license එක ගන්නකො.
But what to drive then? Bus? No, what to drive then? Why not three? ඔයා බහින්න three wheel එකේ මං යන්න. Then take him and go.
That's also true. That's also true.
No, now you should high time you bought a car.
No, can't. No, you just said you can't afford a car. I'll buy a scooter.
You can, no?
Scooty.
Huh?
Small scooty. Nee.
I mean, imagine
You
putting,
helmet and all.
imagine putting Mrs. Balthazar going to Sigiri.
How to take the all three? Mr. Balthasar ඉස්සරහද එතකොට
Oh, එතකොට.
scooter එක.
In the basket.
In the basket.
I'm not talking about a
Daddy
scooter.
Balthasar going like this.
I'm not talking about a scooter, I'm talking about an EV.
කානේ පොඩකිනේ අපි හිතමු just like Seeger next year dreams.
All right. Anyway, next one on the
done
show. We are done. We are done.
Goodness.
Wow.
This
okay.
was the most funniest news segment ever.
Yeah.
Which one?
Today's segment,
Today's one.
all of this.
Yeah.
The shooting you
Not
mean.
the shooting, that talk we're going to cut. No, they will talk about it.
Anyways, that's the story that we actually have for you. Gonna take a quick break. We have a very special guest that we are going to basically have a chat with, and we're going to be crossing over to Sydney, Australia, and we're going to speak to an individual who's got lots of experience in dog behavioral methods. We're going to speak to him. Skandakumar is actually going to come on the show right after this. Hello and welcome back to GNSL. Another Friday night. As always on the show, we've got some fantastic individuals who come on the show, some individuals who do some seriously different and what's the right word? Authentic, different types of stuff and different types of livelihood. And today we have one such individual, and he's a very, very old friend of mine. He and I go back a very long way. I think over 25 years.
My goodness.
Right, that long. And he was also on radio. As a matter of fact, I must tell you that he was on radio before me, Andy. Yes. So yeah, so you have officially found a relic before me.
And you're like, yes, there was someone.
There is someone. So we've got him on the show. Skandakumar is coming to us live from Sydney in Australia. Shri right now, of course, is a professional dog behavior and rehabilitation trainer. Shri, nice to speak to you after so many years. How are you, buddy?
Doing good, and it's an absolute pleasure to be joining you today, Shaq. It just brings back nostalgic memories. I would say the times when you were on board, and I would be reading news, and then we were in the same studios together. 25 years back, the journey started.
Yeah, I mean, reading news was something that you did after, but
Yeah,
clearly, Knight Rider. That was his name, Knight Rider.
yeah. I was always awake in the midnight during the midnight time, and today it's well past midnight here in Sydney. I'm still up. Nostalgic
At the
memories.
moment.
That's right, Jack. It's pretty cold and it's raining as well. So the rain pattern is more similar to what it is back in Sri Lanka. We don't get that kind of a weather here, but of recent times this has developed. So it's more like a tropical weather condition than typical Australian kind of weather.
All right, Sri. Now, so there's a massive change in terms of what you did before, as far as a radio presenter and being in radio and media for a long time, and now you are a trainer, a professional dog behavioral trainer. And how did this change come about, Sri?
Well, it's always been there in me, Shaq. I'm sure you would know, like, I've always been an animal lover. I've been brought up with so many dogs at home, living in a farming environment back home. It was all part of things what I had in my life. But again, the passion for training was always there. And even as a child, I used to read so many books and watch people, work with dogs and things like that. So the passion was there, but the practicality of taking it up as a professional job as such was not possible back home during during those days. I'm talking about the 90s and stuff. But when I came here, the passion was still there. And it's an interesting story where my German Shepherd, who was brought down from Colombo all the way back to Sydney, was the inspirational story for me to kickstart this part of my life and becoming a dog behavioral specialist trainer.
Okay, Sri, we're going to basically find out more. I mean, I don't have a dog, but Andy does.
Yes.
And I'm sure she will have a lot of questions in terms of. But Andy has a very well behaved dog.
Yeah, that is no naughty dog with me. I do military training. I don't know about the
Very
behavior
good.
part, but as soon as I lift my slipper, she's in the cage.
That's
I
how.
suppose.
That's
That's
how
how the
we.
burger people train dog.
It works. When something works, we accept it.
So, Shri, a question that I want to basically start off is, what is the most misunderstood thing about aggressive dogs?
Well, to be honest, Shaq, an aggression starts with multiple reasons. A dog, when it's in a state of anxiety, in a state of fear, or having an imbalanced environment, because dogs have the strongest power with their nose, because when they were born, they were blind and deaf. So their strongest power is the nose, where the nose controls majority part of the brain. So any part of human emotion is quickly sensed by a dog. So dogs can literally mirror human emotions. So when you have someone who's imbalanced, so let's say the owner is someone not too confident, quite anxious, and has having an imbalanced emotional state of mind, would be easily sensed by the dog, and the dog quickly steps up in terms of becoming a protector. And that's when aggression starts. Dogs not being socialized at an early stage with other dogs. In other words, dogs not seeing their own kind and living the world in its own, perspective can also start, issues with aggression. So you can call it dog aggression, you can call it human aggression. These are things which commonly happen. And that's the main reason behind it.
I mean, thing is, we also have been brought up to basically identify certain breeds of a very aggressive dog. Some people say, look, if you look at a bulldog, or if you look at like maybe a Doberman, automatically you say, oh, it's an aggressive dog. Is that right, or are we just stereotyping dog breeds just
It's
like
a
we do with people?
it's a very stereotype statement because each breed has its own characteristics, right? For example, you mentioned a Doberman. Doberman can be classified as guard dog, so can be a German Shepherd, a Rottweiler. So guard dogs will have certain natural instincts in them. That's why they were bred to be guard dogs. But again, a guard dog nurtured properly from an early stage will always be the best companion animal in the family. But sometimes I come across like fancy dogs like a Chihuahua or maybe a Dash and a Pomeranian, small little breeds, but they would be absolutely aggressive. So it doesn't literally go back to the breed. It goes back to more of how we bring them up.
Yeah, so I have a question. I mean, that's very interesting, right? So dog breeds and stuff like that. Is there any specific example or a really like a good moment where, after rehabilitating a dog, like a success story around it? Because I know many people here in Sri Lanka, we train it in a very primitive manner.
With a slipper?
Obviously, with a slipper. Uh, uh, please don't quote me in any of your future programs. So don't use that. But you know what I mean. The gedara hadana balla, that kind of thing. So obviously the ways they react to their owners, like you very rightly said, it's quite different. Because my grandma was terrified of dogs, my dog hated her. That was just point blank, right? So do you have like a really good success story that kind of came about from your training?
Yeah, quite a lot of course, but a few I can remember is a dog who was bred for an illegal pig hunting game here in Australia. So this dog came a couple of years back to me for rehabilitation. And the dog was scared of humans because it was badly abused, and then it was also aggressive towards other dogs. So working with the dog, and most importantly, educating the owner about what the problem was and how it can be resolved, all put together. Today we have a beautiful dog. She's a lovable dog in a family of four people, a husband and wife and two kids. And she's been amazing. No one would have believed at one point she would be that. They thought they have to either give her away or probably, she has to be put down. But both never happened. I was confident that if the right approach is, given to the dog and the right direction is given to the owners, it can all work hand in hand. It's like a team effort, and the team did really well. So that's one of the best success stories I can think of.
Sure, you talk about rehabilitation of dogs, right? Does it? I mean, is there a stage it actually happens? Is there a stage where you have to possibly rehabilitate the dog midway through the process, or is it always during the early stages?
Early stages track is classified more as training. So that's when you train a dog in certain ways for the dogs to understand the rules, boundaries, limitations, what it is to be in a family and coexist with the humans. So that's one part of it, which is more categorized as training. What we call as rehabilitation is things not falling into place or things not followed properly. Sometimes, or most often than not, I see dogs getting too humanized. So when dogs get humanized, it's not the right thing for them. It's like we being asked to be like dogs. Both cannot happen, but we can always live in the coexistent balance. So when there is an imbalance in their life, that's when problems start. They may have anxiety, separation anxiety, aggression, anything can happen. So that's when the word rehabilitation comes, where we have to fix a problem which would have never been a problem if not for humans being part of it.
How would you know when a dog is stressed or overwhelmed, Shri? I mean, it's not very easy to figure that out. What are the signs that basically that the owner needs to read if they feel that the dog is, stressed or what's the right word? Agitated, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. The easiest way to find that out is Shaq. It's quite obvious and very evident. It's the body language. If you see a dog crouched, the eyes like really squeaky and panting, or the tail completely going down between the legs, and when you see those, you can see it's a nervous dog, right? So same way, an aggressive dog, you can see the tail going right up, and it will be more like a rattlesnake, body stiffening up, and then you can see the ears going up, and then this dog is getting dominant and it's ready to have a go at someone. So it's quite easy to understand between aggression, a panic, and maybe a case of them being anxious, nervous, acting in fear, etc. The best way we can read it is off their body straight away, which is quite evident as long as we can observe them quite well.
So how about the time period? Is it like a long process, or is there certain programs that you have, say, what, 3 months period, for example, or is it actually a gradual process that you take the dog through?
Rehabilitation is a gradual process. It takes time. And the time factor also depends on how the owners are also going to be proactive in the whole process. Because I never rehabilitate a dog if I feel the humans are not on par with it. So it has to go hand in hand, and it takes sometimes. I have fixed dogs in a few weeks, and there have been dogs, who have gone on with rehabilitation for 6 months. But depending on the intensity and how the owners are, maybe some dogs do not fit into that house. So we have to rehome the dogs, and maybe a rehoming could have a quicker fix to the problem than the existing one. So these are the things. So generally, yes, it takes time. Rehabilitation cannot happen in a day. We can correct a few things in a few weeks, but intense issues like aggression and stuff generally takes a couple of months. Sometimes it takes up to 6 months.
Shri, talk us through a process, okay, just to see what you do and how do you basically tackle the issue. If a pet owner brings a dog that's agitated, brings a dog that is basically hates humans, and approaches you and say, "Listen, you need to basically, try and help me out." Um, how do you start? What do you do? What's step one, step two, the process? How does it go?
Actually, good question you asked me, Shaq, because it all starts when I see the owner and the dog together. So most of them come to my house, and I would watch them closely from the time the dog gets out of the car, how they bring the dog into my premises. Then I would watch the dog and its behavioral pattern very closely to see how the body language is, how the dog is reacting to different environment and so forth. But most importantly, it's a case of having the patience to talk to the owner about the problem. When did it all start? When did you start noticing it? What was happening at that point? Maybe a dog was happy and it was all good for the first couple of years. All of a sudden, aggression started developing. What happened at that point? The first time when it happened, what was the situation? Maybe was there an argument or something that happened inside the house? Or was there things which was not going right inside the house, where there was a total imbalance in energy, where the dog was sensing so much that it started reacting in a different way? So we need to, kind of understand, like ask these questions. So that's the best possible way we can actually kind of figure out where the problem could have come about or how it all could have started. Once we get the little lead, it's like an investigation. We got to really, really kind of scrutinize it carefully to understand what the situation is, because there are no standard templates for rehabilitation. So it's very important we gather as much as information as possible. Sometimes, even after we gather the information, I won't be able to give a straightforward answer, because I have to sit back, relax, and think, what can we do to fix this problem? So it's that's how we figure out the standard issues what dogs face. But common issues, like from COVID time, people, especially in Australia, bought dogs left, right, and center, because they thought, okay, we have nothing else to do inside the house, we'll buy a dog. So now that normalcy has, resumed, dogs have started developing extreme separation anxiety. They have lost confidence in being around other dogs because they're more comfortable being around humans. So these are problems which are quite easy to identify, because okay, we quickly ask, is it a COVID dog? Yes. Okay, this is what the problem is. But because their lifestyle change, all of a sudden the husband and wife have to report back to work. There's no one in the house. The dog was never used to being like that. Now it's starting to develop new unwanted behavior. So that's something that's easy to understand, but certain things we have to really dig in deep until we really unearth what the actual problem could have been for the dog to be what it is at that point.
Is that Shiva or Zena?
It's been Shiva was the one whom you saw in my house long time back. That dates back to about 20 plus years, Jack.
25 years.
I'm surprised you still remember the dog.
I do, I do, I do. I do.
Yeah, you remember the name Shiva. Even I had forgotten it. Good on you.
We all have to have a dog named Sheba.
Yeah, that's
We are
true.
not Sri Lanka.
Yes,
Yeah, that's true.
not we have not Sri Lankan.
Sheba, Bruno,
Bruno,
Buster, Blackie, very thin.
Blackie, Brownie,
Brownie.
Brownie.
What are some popular Australian dog names, Sri?
Australian dogs are like Milo, but they have weird names. Like I have one dog which is called Biscuit. Another one is called Lunch, and the dog was so small I literally thought I can have it for lunch. You know. So you have a lunch, then you have a biscuit, kind of weird names. But the common ones mostly amongst Asians are Milo. I don't know why that name Milo is so kind of fancy for them. So like I have multiple Milos, and they even have dogs named Buttons.
Buttons. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, Milo is supposed, I just want to hold on to the brown culture.
And most Milos come from Asian backgrounds.
Right. Shri, has anybody given you like the most ridiculous training tip? An owner has basically given you a ridiculous training tip, as to say, this is what they do with the dogs, and you just sit back and say, what the hell are you doing? This is not the way to go about it.
Well, yes, of course, many, Shaq. That's the time it comes to test of patience. Because at times you quickly, when they make that kind of statement, you get annoyed. Now, I had a Asian client recently, and she was telling me like her dog, a Labrador, uh, extremely unruly and barks the whole day and jumps on people, mouths, you name it, anything as bad habit, the dog had it all. And when I asked the owner, okay, how do you correct it? And she's like, no, because when once the dog jumped on me and I said no, and then she said, please don't talk to my dog like that. It's rude. I said, what do you do then? He said, no, puppy, don't do that. Baby girl, don't do that. And I said, okay. So that's how you want me to address your dog? And she said, yes.
I don't know. I mean, this is something that everybody does, right? I mean, they speak to their.
It's nice to, I would say, I would not. Actually, when it comes to commands, Shaq, it's not being loud, it's not being rude, it's being calm, confident, and assertive. That's all you have to be. When I say no, it's not that the tone of the voice, it's the energy what I project to clearly telling the dog, I do not appreciate this behavior. But if I tell the same, so the dog listens and it senses my energy and it would quickly listen. It goes no's and yes. But if I say, no, don't do that. What is this? I told you no. Don't jump on me. It's hurting me. Trust me, that problem will be there forever. But when the dog obeys you, you can say, what a good girl you are, darling. You always listen to me. That's the reward part. When you need to be in that mode and when you need to compliment should have a clear demarcation. So when you give a command, it's calm, confident, assertive. When you're rewarding with praise, you lower your tone down and say how much you appreciate, and the dog clearly senses it. So it's a clear thing. It's quite simple as well. When to do this and when not to do that.
All right, Shri. I mean, obviously getting a puppy. Lots of homes obviously want to get a puppy. They find it very cute, and yes, they're looking for a puppy, etc., etc. Obviously, there's a lot of work that really goes into in bringing up a dog, also. But if we are to start in the early stage of adopting a puppy or getting a puppy, what are the telltale red flags that the puppy actually will have future behavioral issues that need to be looked into?
To be honest, Shaq, if a family is getting ready to get a puppy, first and foremost, they got to sit together and think whether they can contribute their time and put in that effort. Bringing up a dog is good as bringing up a child. There's nothing much of a difference. Just that dogs have a shorter lifespan and humans have a longer lifespan. So that's the only difference you can find. But the responsibility of once getting a pet, it is a responsibility which is more like how you bring up a child. So first they got to think whether it's advisable to bring one, not just because my child liked or I feel like getting a puppy kind of a story. First you need to think. Once, okay, still if you decide to go ahead, then you got to choose the right breed. Okay, how many people are there at home? How many elders are there? How many kids are there? What's the appropriate breed that would suit a family? Because each breed has its own characteristics. So we need to kind of be sure a dog of this nature would match the family. Once we can, kind of get into all these things, next, a person should sit and start researching. Now, good that you asked this question, and I decided to show this to you guys. When I first had my first puppy that I adopted, this was what my mom gave me. This was published in 1968. You can see the color of the book. It's like almost brown in color now. But this is what she gave me to first read and understand, whether I can actually take that responsibility. So then once you're ready for all this, and now you know exactly what you're getting into, when you get a puppy and you start with the basics of teaching the dog. First, when you get a pup, all you teach a puppy is to respond to the name. Toilet training, that's basically like ensuring, too many accidents aren't caused inside the house, but how you direct the pup to understand where to go and pee and poo, right? Then, of course, puppies would develop, of course, on a teething stage, they would nibble anything that they can find. They'll destroy shoes to whatever they can find. When to kind of prevent them from doing it and making them understand that's not what you have to be chewing, but instead a toy which is meant for you to chew. So all these little things can be taught on a step-by-step basis. And also it's quite important during the puppy stage, the little puppy is allowed to socialize with other dogs or other puppies to start learning their own world. Because once we separate them from the mother, they're now with the humans. And for them to learn from their own siblings is far quicker, and they learn it far effectively against being around humans. So it's so important the human also balances the time between the human world and their own world. That means what I mean is the dog's world, so that they start understanding how to be in a balanced state of mind in a family. So if we do all these things right, we'll never have a problematic dog. It will never be the case. Where problems start is when we, get into something without knowing anything about it, or half-heartedly, researching and knowing something here and there, and then getting yourself into problems.
Fabulous. Shri, I'm so happy for you from where you were, what you did, to what you are doing right now in Sydney. Just one final question. How popular is what you're doing in Australia at the moment? A professional dog behavioral trainer. How popular is this?
Well, Shaq, to be honest, it's a very what can I say, a very prospectful career, because what I found, this was again doing a lot of research over here, I found there are loads of trainers here. If I look at the location where I live, there are hundreds of trainers here. But when dogs reach something in the dogs world, we call it red zone. Red zones are dogs who are aggressive, they can take on humans, dogs, anything. And in those kind of situations, I found there weren't too many trainers, because their methods or their standard templates kind of, when it doesn't work, they back out. They say, well, this is beyond repair. You got to put the dog down. Now, when Andy said she threw the slipper, well, not with the intention of harming the dog, but it was like a firm way of telling the dog a no, but in a kind of a rude way. But that's fine. But again, the new science and the new scientific theories, the positive reinforcement, of course, yes, there's something called positive reinforcement, which should be the a kind of a benchmark to rehabilitate dogs. But again, how you use positive reinforcement on different situations also counts. So when I found all those little vacuums where the existing trainers were not up to those levels, that's when I thought, okay, this is where I should be focusing more and more because this is where I get more job opportunities. So right now they call me Sri the dog whisperer, right? Because for me, it's quite simple. You put any dog in front of me and I will still get the dog fixed and I'll never give up. The most, like at least 60-70% of the dogs I've rehabilitated were all recommended to be euthanized by other trainers. And they've gone through multiple trainers before they came to me. And also, I make it a viable thing because dog rehabilitation training or even training per se over here is quite an expensive, process. It's not cheap at all. I'm not saying I'm cheaper, but at least I try to understand. Coming from an Asian background, I have a chat with the owners. I look into the viability. How much can they afford? If I just get fixated with just the money part, well, the dog is going to be euthanized anyway because if they can't afford it, there's no one else to do anything about it. So if I get a bit more flexible and be reasonable and be an affordable, viable option for them, then definitely they would go ahead and help them in a way because end of the day, these lives are beautiful. Dogs give you unconditional love. I look at my Zena, she's going to be 13 in January next year. For her, like I'm seated in the living room, she will not even go into the bedroom with my wife. She'll wait until I come. That's the unconditional love and loyalty she has. So on those grounds, Shaq, it's very, it's a very productive and a lucrative kind of a profession. And with all what I started 3.5 years, 4 years back, and with all the research what I did, I realized all of a sudden I can make more money than what I made in radio. So it all squared up together.
For sure.
And it was more satisfying. My soul was more satisfied, getting all these dogs fixed and sending them back to happy homes. So I always have this motto: happy homes, happy dogs. So that's the theme I go with. If you have a happy dog, you have a happy home. If you have a happy home, you have a happy dog. Those kind of things. So yeah, it is a very, very, what can I say, a prospectful, lucrative kind of a profession right now over here.
Fantastic, Shri. Thank you so much for talking to us. Sorry we had to keep you up till midnight to obviously have a chat, but it's lovely to speak to you after so many years, and I'm glad that you're doing well. And big love to the family, and thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much, Shaq. It was nice to be, back together. It was like being a co-host again with you. It was good, Andy. It was a pleasure talking to you as well. And please don't throw the slipper at the dog again. Just say no. Just say, have fun. No. That's it. Instead of a slipper. Poor slipper, poor dog. What can they do? Anyway, it was all good.
Don't throw the slipper. Only showing the slipper. And go.
Yes, that's fine. Okay, so next time you could say no and say go to the cage.
Okay, let's try that.
All right.
Yeah,
Shri.
so let's try different methodology.
Okay, thank you so much for being a part of the show.
Speak to you soon. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day. Cheers, then.
Thank you so much. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Shri Skandakumar, all the way from Sydney, Australia. It's winter for him, and obviously he's a professional dog behavioral trainer. It's fantastic, and it's lovely to see from where he was to where he is right now. All right, time for us to move on. We've got game night coming up right after this, and Chrys is going to be joining us on that one. We'll see you on the other side.
මල්ලි ගීමත් දෙන්න දෙන්නේ. Sorry.
All right. Anyway. Yeah.
Where was the countdown, Hamad?
No countdown.
We just
Go.
Yeah. Hey.
All right. Time for us to get to our final. Ooh, Disney edition of Game
Oh,
Night.
no. My goodness.
Wow. Somebody really did speak to or hear us about Madagascar.
Yeah.
Not bad, huh?
This is Gen Z Alpha.
Okay. Disney edition. Okay. So
Okay,
that's
let's see.
what we have. Here we go.
Six questions will appear on the
questions appear on screen, each with four
Answer
options. First person to choose the correct answer wins the round. May the best one win.
And now you wink. You wink.
Wink.
Anna, wink.
Okay.
Wink. And right.
Okay.
Done.
All right.
Done. Okay.
Okay, here we go. Next, start off. First question.
Okay.
What is the
Name of
name
the
of the
first
first
one?
original character?
A.
Mickey Mouse. I said.
Yeah.
I said Mickey Mouse.
Actually, Andy said A. So it's got to be. I would.
Oh, really?
You didn't wait for me to give the answer, no? It's not fair, no?
It could have been B.
Okay, I was about to say B.
Have you seen this guy?
Oh.
Yeah, because he was the first. We
Lucky.
were not born at that time.
Oswald the Lucky
Rabbit.
Right. Okay.
Oh,
What does he
Mickey.
looks a little...
Oh, Mickey, it's so funny you don't understand.
Okay.
Bambi and Thumper were D.
Beta?
what forest
No, wait.
animal?
Bambi, Bambi, Thumper,
Bambi.
no, A.
No, I think
Hang
it's
on.
C.
Bambi is the.
A.
I think.
Bambi? Hold on.
Talking.
I think.
Wait,
It's,
hang on.
no,
Too much time.
Too
A,
much of...
A, A.
Oh.
I say C.
Is it? Really? A skunk? You know Bambi?
I know Bambi.
I know
Bambi.
Do you know her personally?
I know Bambi personally.
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 Bambi.
Bambi the
Bambi.
skunk. Okay.
Bambi skunk. Okay.
Okay, next one.
I don't remember skunk.
What is the name of Anastasia's sister in Cinderella?
B.
Beatrice, B, B, B,
Was
B, B.
Anastasia in Cinderella?
But Beatrice was apparently so. I have an aunt called Beatrice.
I'll say A.
What is the name of Anastasia's sister?
Annabella.
Is Cinderella.
In Cinderella.
Sisters.
Drizella? Oh my god, Drizella sounds like a real evil woman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cruella.
Oh,
Drizella.
Cruella was on 101 Dalmatians.
Yes.
Drizella.
Drizella. Clearly, we are not very good. Okay, right.
Oh.
Right.
Disney is certainly working for me.
Skunk.
How many muses are there in Hercules?
What to do? I have no clue.
I don't even know what a muse is.
Eeny, meeny, miny. It's how many muses, not museums.
How many muses are there in Hercules? I'm gonna go with C.
Call a museum.
I don't know.
All of it. A.
I'm saying B.
A.
Oh, it's C.
Why I said C?
Yeah, Andy said C. Andy said C, yeah.
muses කියන්නේ muses girls පස්සනේ.
පස්සනේ, හරි.
හරි. I know what that is. The one with the Hercules. I can't believe you remember.
Was that a
That was a movie. I can't remember the name of it, but Dr. Dolittle.
No, Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy. Coming back to America.
Sorry.
Okay, next one.
My gosh.
All right. Dory suffers from what?
A, B.
Yeah, B.
B.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that.
බලන්න අපි
Just
කියන්නේ ඉස්සෙල්ලා ඔයගොල්ලන් කියනවානේ.
Just keep swimming. Sorry.
Yeah, okay. Final question. Andy leading.
Andy can't answer.
Andy can't question.
Oh, Andy can't question. Andy don't question. What Disney movie the following?
I know.
A.
Wait. Wait. Hey, wait, will you?
So wait, why wait? Yeah.
He's already said that.
Lady and the Tramp. That should come immediately. I would have.
Yeah. I mean,
can't
that's like an iconic picture.
I know, but I've never watched it.
Yeah, they were both eating pasta.
Yeah, and they come close together and then.
And they kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ඒක humans උත් කරනවා ඉතින් මේ බාලෝ දෙන්නෙක් කරන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. කරනවා මිනිස්සුත්.
Chloe.
Chloe මමයි.
Chloe.
Anyway.
Okay, good night, people.
Take a random silly picture of yourself and share it on your IG story with a few Disney stickers around it. And tag GNSL.
If I can learn how to tag, I will do that.
We will help you.
Very much. Tag.
Take a random picture.
Take a random funny picture.
No, not now.
Take a
Now
random.
my art gallery is all busted.
His art gallery is gone.
My not the whole gallery.
Art gallery is gone.
My art gallery has gone too many exhibitions.
Too many exhibits.
Alright guys. What a show as always. Crazy as hell. Just before we leave, we'd like to basically find out how many people have
We are not
decided
finding
to
out
follow. We are
anybody.
not-
But
no.
why do we care about
No,
these things?
no.
We don't.
Yeah.
Wait, 1
we
minute.
thought Hamad will be nicer to us.
But one moment, please.
after the show,
Can I touch it a little
Yeah,
bit?
we can.
Right.
We have 3,359.
59.
3,359 followers. Thank you so much, guys, for being a part of the show. Thank you so much for everyone out there who actually came for our anniversary show. Big love to each and every one of you. Keep following us. And lots of crazy stuff as always will keep obviously coming up on your feed on a weekly basis. Till we meet up next week. Have yourself a lovely weekend and we shall speak to you very soon. Till then, good night, Sri Lanka. Have a good one.